Hello everyone. Today we're hosting a passionate young athlete who went through many challenges and chose to face them. Welcome Sarah Sabah.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So tell us more about yourself.
I just turned 15 a few days ago, and I've been doing gymnastics since I was 4. So around maybe 10, 11 years I've been doing gymnastics. But I started taking it more competitively around 4 years ago. And that's when I started really, pushing myself, but setting up goals, trying to see how much I can achieve.
So Sarah, what is rhythmic gymnastics?
Rhythmic gymnastics is a combination of dance, ballet, and gymnastics, interpreting different apparatuses like clubs, ball, hoop, and ribbon. And it's honestly such a graceful sport. And yeah, basically.
Okay, so what do you see yourself accomplishing from 5 to 10 years?
I see myself accomplishing around 5 years, retiring from gymnastics, because khalas, usually it's the time to end the career around the age of, 20, 21. And maybe even, I'll be done with college, so maybe it's time to start taking over my dad's business, which is being the CEO of Gymnasia. Gymnasia is a school that teaches dance, sport, karate, and, a whole range of different sports. And yeah.
Okay, so what clubs or teams or other extracurricular activities were you involved in?
To be honest, I never really had so much time to focus on different extracurricular activities, because I had a lot of training and I had to focus on gymnastics and I didn't really have time. But for a while, I was doing netball in my old school. I stayed, with it for a couple of months, and then competition started, so I decided to drop it and focus on gymnastics.
So you mentioned that you have a lot of training. So how much time do you spend daily on training?
Usually it's around 6 times a week, 3 to 4 hours. I have to stay consistent. There isn't supposed to be a lot of breaks. Like one time a week is a good rest day, especially when you want to take the sport competitively. And around competitions, it's even more because you have to work even harder. So around 5 hours.
What competitions have you participated in?
I have participated in around 11 competitions for rhythmic gymnastics, somewhere in Dubai, somewhere in Czech Republic, somewhere in Lebanon, and Tunisia too, and Baku. But I also competed in a dance competition, which was in Paris.
Sounds pretty great. So Sarah, how important is an athlete public image?
An athlete's public image is honestly really important because you need to have a good reputation, especially if you want other people to follow you, to see you as an inspiration, to see you as a role model. You have to have a good reputation. You have to make sure you have a good background. You have to make sure everything you post is appropriate and good, and at the same time you have to make sure you're persuading others and making sure that other people know about the sport.
Okay, so who's your idol and why?
My main idol is actually my mom. She's also my coach. She's the only reason I'm into the sport. If honestly it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am today. And of course my dad, and of course I have to thank all my coaches like Miss Alexandra. She honestly has helped me a lot and pushed me to the max.
So Sarah, what do you think about being the first and only person in Jordan who plays this sport?
It's a bit stressful thinking about it because I'm the first one, and it's my job now to convince other people, other girls, to start joining the sport and following me and seeing me as an inspiration. But at the same time, I'm honestly really proud of myself for everything I achieved, because not a lot of people do this sport and not a lot of people have the chance to do the sport. So I'm honestly so grateful and so proud.
Okay, so speaking of inspiration, how will you inspire the other kids to play rhythmic gymnastics?
I'm hoping to be able to persuade them by doing performances and showing them what rhythmic gymnastics is, because rhythmic gymnastics is a very different sport, and I really hope girls can see that and start, more people start, inspiring girls to join more sport.
Finally, your message to winners in rhythmic gymnastics.
Stay consistent, and Don't slack off because you're too tired to go to training, or you want to go out with your friends. If you really love the sport, then you should go for it. You should keep doing it, and don't give up. Honestly, hard work does pay off.
So Sarah, it was nice to meet you, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, honestly, for having me here, and nice meeting you too.